All right. Then on to something else that got me thinking. I read an article that reminded me, was talking about the Chinese. And I remembered reading the Kurt Vonnegut novel called Slapstick. And I'd encourage any of you out there that likes to read Kurt Vonnegut. It's a good read. And in that, a bunch of crazy stuff is happening. But one of the subplots in the novel is that the Chinese are making leaps and bounds on technology. And Kurt Vonnegut sort of gave a nod to the Chinese that they're going to be the next superpower. And back then, it was just purely on the notion that they have the biggest population. And once they get their act together, watch out. And Kurt Vonnegut, it was kind of prescient, wasn't it? And I mean, it goes even further, like they start miniaturizing themselves for efficiency. And then they become so miniature that the Western world, they're so tiny they become like virus-sized and they get inhaled by the West and cause some like devastating plague or something. But that's beside the point. But I was thinking about the up-and-coming Chinese and what a threat they are. And here's a story in the week, and it's called The Police State That American Investors Love. And essentially what it's about is these hedge fund investors love to invest in China. And that's why I talked about earlier in one of my other videos is that America went from an agrarian economy to and then the Yankees, the North, kicked ass on the South. No offense, schizoprioria. All right, for my Southern friends. Okay, whatever. We went from an agrarian culture to a manufacturing culture. Okay, and then we went into more of a service culture or service economy. Providing like software and technology and not actually making it, but providing services. Don't exactly. When I think of providing services, I think of restaurants and maids and things like that. And that's a sad thing to say. Like a tourist economy, that's mostly that type of service. And that's not good either. A country, a nation, a city needs to make something. If it has to grow something, that's fine. But produce something tangible. That's very important. Because if all you've got is a bunch of bankers shuffling money from one account to another account, buying up businesses, liquidating them, dividing up the assets, you're not going to get anywhere in the long run. That's thinking so short term. So anyway, we Americans, because we're a financial organization type economy now, we love the Chinese. And one of the things the Chinese is investing in is our technology for surveillance and security and facial recognition. And with this software, with this technology, they can videotape a crowd of protesters and create a database of each face that was there. And the Chinese, they love this. So this is an interesting thing that talks about in the article, that capitalists have always felt that democracy and capitalism go hand in hand because, those nasty communists, they'll take your business away from you. Oh, yeah, the Ayn Rand school, we don't want to go anywhere near the left because it'll take away our freedom for free markets and enterprise. And a true liberal, by definition, believes in a free market. And I do, within bounds. But nobody is a true conservative. Nobody is a true liberal. Well, I guess there might be somebody out there, but, it's rare. And the notion that capitalism and democracy go hand in hand seems to pretty much work well for the 20th century, but now we have a new thing where totalitarianism and capitalism go hand in hand. And that might be something that is just unstoppable. Because if you don't have free speech and business gets to do whatever they want, and they have the technology to crush any kind of underground movement or any type of insurrection where they can monitor everyone. I mean, they talk about Big Brother in America, and before the Bushies, I would not have said that we have such a Big Brother, but the Bushies have made it show that if they keep going the way they're going, that's totalitarianism too. But luckily there's an election coming up, and touch wood that things will go well, and we'll get those a-holes out of office, and we'll get some fresh blood in. And I heard a really good debate between Ralph Nader and Robert Shearer. I believe that's his name, Robert Shearer. And it was a debate that was recorded for the Nation magazine. And Nader was still sticking to his guns that there's not enough difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. And Robert Shearer was sticking up for saying, yes, there is a big enough difference, and we don't need a third party splitting the vote again. And that's what we should think. Whoever is a Democrat, we need to get behind him. Hopefully we get a good Democrat in. And that's another subject. But think about it. Capitalism is not necessarily mean freedom, because in China now we have a system where there's totalitarianism and capitalism all in one. Something to think about. All right, this is Citizenkong. I have to get up at 5 tomorrow. That's because I'm so slow getting ready for work. It's not like I have to be at work at 6 or anything. But I wake up at 5 and, and have some coffee and look at the email and I like taking my time in the morning. But after Fez night, if I drink too much, man, it's rough the next day. It really is. And I got to get busy and start uploading the Fez night. So, but anyway, to all of you, have a really good week, and thank you for tuning in to Ring-a-Ding-Ding Fez night. And Citizenkong saying good night. Cheers.